Hi, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And it's been a while since I've done a card reading on any political matters, so I thought I would do a card reading on upcoming um, the upcoming inauguration, not inauguration, impeachment. I had the right letter, wrong thing though. The impeachment. So I believe it's going to start on Monday, the 8th of February. And that is a week that we have a new moon in Aquarius that week. So Aquarius is the sign associated with democracy, actually. So be very interesting to see if democracy prevails. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting week. Interesting week. Oops. All right. So I think the first thing I'll do is just a general reading and then see what comes up. See what comes up and then go from there. See if we need to ask more questions. All right. Impeachment. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. It's the first card. So this has a celebratory energy to it. People are happy that it has come to this. People are three is a number of completion, and of course, cups has to do with feelings and generally this is a positive card. Numerologically, it's associated with the 43-7 vibration, which is located on the Tree of Life in the place of the Divine Feminine of Bina. So there's that added sort of energy of the Divine Feminine here, and the 7 as a vibration is about understanding, right? But it's associated with Cancer cups, the sign of Cancer, and so it's understanding your feelings. And I feel as though this is the inauguration in its nature is something that needs to happen so that there's a closure, that there's a sense of closure to the experiences that we had. I was thinking just a little while ago about just how painful and stressful the 4 years of the Trump administration was for people who did not align with his priorities. People who cared about other people who cared about children and the environment and um, poor people, and that people had enough to eat, and that people would have their medical needs taken care of. Those essential things. Um, and then all the process of the things that he did were so wounding to those of us who um, spends our lifetime trying to heal the wounds instead of create them. So it's been a very transformational time for sure. And I think that we're going to be processing this for a long time to come. And that part of it, I think there's more to come, not necessarily with him, but just America finding itself again. Biden talks about finding the soul of America or healing the soul of America or um, connecting with the soul of America. I don't exactly know the word he uses, but that's true because the United States is about to have its Pluto return, and Pluto is the soul. And so we're going to return back to our soul. And while having a soul in Capricorn, and if you use the Sibley chart, it's in the second house. So we're talking about with the energy of Taurus and Capricorn, it can be very acquisitive. There's a great acquisitiveness to that Pluto and a need for power. But ultimately, it's about being responsible. And Capricorn is the sign of the Redeemer. I've been to the mountain, a perfect Capricorn archetype, Martin Luther King, right? So the next few years are definitely a journey of the soul. And these um, Pluto returns really start when you're in about 10-degree orb. So when Pluto was at like 17 degrees, which was 2000 and I want to say it's 2018, maybe? I'd have to look. Do I have my ephemeris here? I hate to give you a fact and have it be wrong, but I don't see my ephemeris, so I can't check. If anyone has an ephemeris out there, or Google, you can check. All right, so we didn't get past the first card yet. So the general feeling around this is one of celebration, completion. I feel as though there's this sense, as I said initially, of sort of a tying up. Now let's see what's challenging it. It's a weird noise. What's challenging it is maybe a lack of courage. There's a lack of courage that's challenging it. The Three of Cups is a sense of getting what we want, really, getting our needs met, right? And then we have this lack of courage that's preventing maybe a healing to occur. So let's see what's at the root. We have the Princess of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. So there's this promise. There's a promise of the page holds the cup, and always the cup generally has a fish in it, and the fish is always symbolic of wisdom. And so there's and the cups and children, or cups and the pages. There's a wisdom that I think the page has as a page of cups that the other pages, the Page of Swords, and perhaps the Page of Pentacles, they always feel to me as if they're younger and less, and they still haven't learned how to master what they have. But with the cup, and also with the wand, so with the air, with the fire and the water, I feel like the pages, because of their innocence, are more open to the truth of those vibrations. And so I feel as though this Page of Cups at the bottom is really a promise, almost a promise, and a good news. And so at the root of this, the intention perhaps behind the impeachment was a pure intention and one of deep wisdom, and perhaps some naivete. Perhaps some naivete. Let's see what's in the past. Um, the Angel of Healing, Temperance. That being in the past, so temperance is the path of healing, but it is a difficult path. If you get a chance to listen to, oh my God, Arnold Schwarzenegger talk about what happened at the Capitol. At one point, he pulls out his Conan sword and he talks about the process of tempering steel. And I use that all the time when I'm doing readings on people. That sense of this is a narrow path, but it is the right path. It is the righteous path. It is the path of alignment with spirit. And so having it in the past says to me that this was the right thing to do, no matter what people say and no matter really what even happens. Uh, it was the right thing to do. You have to put a line in the sand. You have to test people to see who they really are. And this is more of a test for the Republicans than the Democrats. Um, let's see what's in the sky. I just had a bunch of birds like twirl. Ooh, wow, this is powerful reading. The Chariot. The Chariot is the card associated with the soul taking on a personality or an ego and getting on the road and doing its thing. Soul doing its journey, doing its your soul's journey. You're consciously taking the reins of your life and moving in that direction. Um, and so things are going to move very quickly with the Chariot there. Again, there's this indication from these cards that this is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. It is what is helping us proceed on the path. Let's see what the immediate future is. We have the Prince of Wands. Yeah, I don't know. That Prince of Wands, um, the Prince of Wands is somebody who moves forward on an inspiration. The Prince of Wands or the Knight of Wands needs to believe in something. There's this level of belief that drives them to do and to go on the quest. But sometimes this horse is rearing up. It's like all show. Is it on the road yet? Is it quite on the road? So this can be symbolic. This is what it looks like to me. This whole situation with the impeachment can be a symbolic act, uh, and that's where it may end because it can't without the agreement of the Republicans, or a certain amount of Republicans. You can't really you can't really expect him to win, to be impeached, or to be found guilty. He's always impeached, but found guilty. But with the right intention and the right energy and the right amount of courage, this can be a vehicle for really standing up for what you believe in. Like, what do you really believe in? It feels like a test for the Republicans. I think it was a reading, but it could have been astrology. I know sometimes I sometimes remember what I said, but I don't remember when I said it. So, um, but I felt like this whole thing was a power struggle within the Republican Party. I was watching a pundit. I guess he's a pundit, a Republican pundit. What was his name? His red hair and a beard. He was on Frontline. if you ever watch anything with Frontline, I watch it. I watch it on PBS, and I also watch it on online. I think there's a Frontline YouTube channel, and they were talking to this pundit, and he was like, "There is no way that we ever thought it would come to this." And I was like, "Really? You didn't think it was going to come to this? Are you full of?" I said something. I won't repeat it. Really? On a certain level, I can believe it. I can believe it. But on another level, come on, man. Where did you grow up? Can't you tell? Oh, but maybe if you were in a prep school or something, maybe you didn't know. But people are who people are, and they're gonna do what they do. And he was a criminal, and he was gonna be a criminal. We're shocked. Oh, please. How it's seen from the outside, we get the Five of Cups. So sorrow. Well, somebody's going to be sorrowful. Somebody is mourning this. But again, the Five of Cups always says, um, you know, mourn your losses, but look around and see what you still have, and then take what you have and move on. Move on. Go over the river of sorrows here and move on to a different kind of life. So there's sorrow there, and this could be, for some people they're sad that 45 isn't still 45, that we've moved on to 46. Some people are not that thrilled with that, and so some people are going to be upset. But I think whatever this is generally like how it's seen from the outside, and I'll say the outside of America, as external to us. Um, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna if the Senate is gonna have the courage to um, find him guilty. Um, so I don't know, and I think that we could mourn that and spend a lot of time mourning it, or we can take the cups that we still do have and we can move forward and leave those cups, um, and move on. So that's how it seemed from the outside. That's not the outcome, but it still kind of has that vibe. This is the domestic situation. The domestic situation. We have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands in the Kabbalah, in the numerology that I use, is a 6. It's the 24/6 vibration. And 6 is about responsibility. 6 is about community. 6 is about love. Your ability to do what you need to do for the people that you love. Your ability to do the things that you do for yourself, assuming you love yourself, being of service, making connections in the community. Those things are, what the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, numerologically is about. It's also found in Baina, which is a place of, um, suffering. Actually, it's the place of the dark night of the soul, and it's through the journey through the darkness that you find the light within. And she has a black cat on her lap, and black is considered the color of the void, where everything comes from. So there's a lot of fertility here. There's a lot of magic. She's very magical, this queen. She actually reminds me of my sister Patty. She kind of looks like Patty. Let me get a little closer to you. Oops, sorry. This isn't helping, is it? There's usually a spot where I can do it and you can see it. Such a beautiful card. I hate that I can't do this. This is pissing me off a little bit, guys. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? My sister Patty is a beautiful woman. Real fighter. Okay, so domestically, no matter what the situation here, I feel like we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to um I feel like the women are going to bring this, somehow the women are going to bring this through, where this is part of the rebirth process, and I feel like the women are going to bring it through. Maybe it's the women senators, maybe it's the Murkowski will probably say yes. Cheney could say yes. uh, Collins, I don't hold out much hope for her, but she could say yes. So it could be that. And then I don't know, does Kamala Harris, if it's tied, does she get a vote, or is that only in a tie? Um, but then there's a percentage I think that they need to have. I should have this information down, um, but I don't. Hopes and fears. Justice, justice. We want truth. We want the truth. We want him to be held accountable. Wish that was the outcome. Let's see what the outcome is. Sun. Illumination. That's one of the most positive cards in the deck, so. I think that he might be found guilty. This underneath, government wins. I'm not all that pro-government, like government is there to help the people live in a civil society. Um, we have to be in charge of ourselves, right? We don't want to give that over. And yet, government is there to support us so that we can, like, it's like the foundation so that you can be free and you can express yourself. So, wow, this was a powerful reading. We have one, two, three major arcana, and like, they're a major arcana and they're major. I guess they're all major, but Temperance, the Chariot, and the Sun. That's pretty healing. It's the healing is beginning. Just go with those. Go with those. The healing, we're on the path of healing. We're on the path of wholeness. We're on the path of integration. The Sun card is about integration. The Sun in an astrological chart is integrating all the disparate parts into a cohesive whole. I don't know, guys. I think we might have justice being served. Justice being served. That would be a beautiful gift, wouldn't it? Let's visualize that. Let's visualize him getting the news that he's been found guilty of inciting insurrection. I think that's a good reading. I don't think I have to go any further. It's funny when you like the answer you get. Stop when you're ahead, right? Stop when you're ahead. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. God, I haven't done one of those in so long. I just, I'm so very busy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just got some beautiful things in the mail. I left them up at the house. I'm gonna have to get them. Two of my California fans, and I can't. I apologize. Can't remember the names off the top of my head. They gave me this beautiful crystal that I think you hang it in the window. It's just beautiful, and a little justice, um, but it's RBG, but it's her as justice in the tarot. It's great. I'm gonna put it with my Bernie Sanders, and I'm gonna have a little altar to uh, my favorite, great souls, both of them. I think of Bernie, and I think of RBG. I think of MLK. I mean, all the beautiful, amazing people that have been a beacon of the best of us. So thank you. You know who you are, but I am going to bring the crystal down. I am going to bring RBG down, and I'll do it with the note that you sent me. And I will mention you in name. And thank you. After my Kabbalah numerology and I think astrology of February, I did kind of say, hey, if you want to donate, donate. So thank you for those who did. It was very sweet. Very sweet. There's a part of me that feels honored to be able to, do what I love and share it, because that's really what brings me so much joy. Uh, and it's nice to also, these gifts that you guys send me. I don't know how to thank you enough. They really, and everything is just so thoughtful, so thoughtful. And I mean, I've had soaps made for me with little like messages. I had a chitterbug soap. I had to use it. I didn't want to use it, but it started to it was humid because we don't have air conditioning in the house, so I had to use the soap. But it was fun using the chitterbug soap, and I've seen him actually. I know I'm supposed to get off, but I've seen Chitterbug a couple of times now, and he talks to me, he chits at me. He bangs his feet, he runs around, he hangs around. He hasn't come over to me yet. But I think maybe in the spring, I'll set it up, I'll put some nuts out because, he can't say no to those. Um, and maybe we can get to hang with Chitterbug for a little while if he'll cooperate. Oh my goodness. Oh, and one more thing. And don't tell my husband because he doesn't know it yet. But I sent out an application for a dog uh, to be to rescue. I think she's in Alabama. She's a beautiful 3-year-old female shepherd. She is beautiful. Her name is Luna. Luna Lou. I mean, how could I say no to a dog named after the moon? I mean, freaking Cancer. But of course, I don't know if I'm going to get it. So if you would, if you could, send me good vibrations. If Luna Lou is meant to be with us, then have that be the case and open up to that abundance. And if you can help, that's great. Um, and then if it's not me, then she goes to the exact right place to go. But my heart is ready for another dog. And Luna Lou looks like she could be a nice fit. A nice fit. Okay, guys, much love. Sorry I kept you. I feel like I don't get to talk to anybody anymore since COVID. Like nobody's like ever here talking to me across the table. And so then I have you guys, and then you have to listen to me for longer than perhaps I originally intended. But I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to friends. So much love, guys. And yeah, I think visualize, visualize. visualize. And know that whatever it is that happens is exactly what needed to happen. So it's positive expectancy along with surrender and acceptance. So positive expectancy and ultimate acceptance. How about that? I like that. All right, we're going to go with that. All right, guys, much love. Take care of yourselves. And we're on a journey. We're on a journey, and it's sometimes it's a bumpy ride, but it's exhilarating, and you learn new things, and you meet new people. Think of it that way. Think of this as a grand adventure. I'm happy to be on this grand adventure with you. Take care.